So my viewers just told me that I was muted, which is really funny. I was saying that today I'm going to share some of the writing and poetry by my wonderfully talented viewers who have shared their work on my Discord. And I wanted to give them the space and attention that they deserve. I didn't want to do it when I was like feeling all competitive about chess and I wanted to be on kind of like a chill, relaxed, let's just sip some metaphorical wine and smoke our souls out kind of mood. So let's get started. The first poem is by Eutronomy again. We had a poem by him last time. And the thing is, so last time I got emotional, but this time I'm actually going to put a trigger warning because I think some of the stuff today may or may not be dark or a bit triggering for you. So if you don't feel like being triggered, then don't listen. But I really like this one, and I think I actually have to uncensor all of this because he put like a warning over it. So I'm gonna click on every line to unblock it. Take my breath away and do it now or never, babe. Make it last forever, babe. Want you to hold on to me tight. Okay. Let's. Loud by Eutronomy. Actions speak louder than words, but I didn't know how true this was until the actions of the world spoke over me. Until I said no and no, again and again and again. The more I said it, the less meaning the word carried. But with every action, the greater significance they began to have, the louder they became. My no was too quiet to be heard over the deafening noise of your body moving. I told you I don't want to be your instrument, but you couldn't hear me over the anthem you made, hitting my buttons as if I'm your piano, pulling my strings as if I'm your violin, blowing into me as if I'm your flute, beating me like I'm your drum. I don't want to be your instrument anymore. If you love me, can you just tell me? Don't lie on me or kiss me or hug me or cuddle or touch. My ears are already too sore. My head still stuffed full of the tune from the requiem of my past. If you love me, can you just tell me? Just tell me. Just tell me you love me. Can you love me in silence? With the occasional lullaby of gifts or dates or poems or letters? Can you tell me you love me in silence? Without using your hands, but your mouth, ears, eyes, and ears. And if you do, to the best of my ability, I will use my words to say it ever so quietly back to you. Next, we have a bunch of poems by They Call Me Nugget, and I will probably pick a few to read because some of them showcase a lot of I have two words for nugget: fornication and cigarettes. Youth and suffering. Angst and sunshine. Okay. Let me start with the one. Well, how about you guys tell me in the chat which ones that you really love by Nugget? Because I have my personal favorites, but I don't know, but everyone's taste is different. She was interested. Something about je ne sais quoi. I think it was the taboo of things. She asked what an aspiring writer does on a Friday night, so I told her. We read a few good poems, then we write a few bad ones. Trading pink for ink. I was sad and we hadn't spoken, and my brothers were sick, so I drank homemade wine and dared Cantor to come. Cigarette smoking is an extreme sport. I saw God and decided to write more, and I got rid of my distractions. Instagram, Twitter, porn. And I told her to call me when she needs me. The phone rang. It wasn't her. Just another problem that demanded more money. What's up, Sarhane? What's up, old pun? I'm like terrified that my mic will mute itself in the middle of this. In the middle of some great poem, it will mute itself. I kind of like this one, even though it's kind of like, I don't know if it's rated R, but I don't know if I want to read it out loud either. Okay, maybe I'll skip this one. Maybe I'll skip this one because it's rated R. I would rate it R. Okay, that was an R-rated poem. I like those two. Let's continue. There's one by the old pun. Today, stay away or at bay anyway, okay? Gray, May, day, blasé. Hey! Oh wait, I like the next one better. I should have read this one. No ray all day, sun stay, hidden away. Jury A. I like that one better. And then we had a very, very interesting poem to me by Arturo, who's Italian. And he translated himself from Italian. And I already feel like I like the Italian version better, but I don't know enough Italian. Basically, I barely know any Italian to understand it or read it. So eventually I have to learn it. But for now, let me just read the English translation. And we're gonna snooze all the ads today. With the same clothes you used to wear, you keep on ending with the same slight body that turns. The hole is dilating on the tiles in the next room. On the mirror, you expect to find me leaning against the closet. You forget, or you hid your papers. You don't remember how to spread your legs. The one who is born is making no sound. In the room beyond the walls, you repeat at night like a wall when you cannot sleep. I leave you alone. For 5 days you lie down. You go to the kitchen to have dinner. You go back to bed. You pray to a shapeless God you see, how things don't stand. I leave you alone, and you circle in the dark without hearing. You wrap yourself in the sheets like a tangle of names. But you remain of purple and mystery. You remain still while your womb hurts. You remain. Promise you'll end up feeding flowers. Don't ask for forgiveness. Drink the wine. Dissolve those white tablets in the water. Become two of one. Give yourself shadow enough. Sometimes even if language, you can still sense the mood, the tone. So now I will start reading the ones I have not read yet. Starting again with a few by Nugget. And I will just read it myself first to see if it's mildly appropriate. He's very interesting, this guy. He's very interesting. Alright, I like this one. Actually, I read this one. That I would steal the joy of children playing in their yard to give to a serene grin is my best quality. that I would surrender to mockery by the stones that praise God, and the sinful wasteland called earth is amusing, to put it gently. I am not moved by the words of men that attempt to dishonor my nature. What matters most is that I had a hand in bringing shame to the sun above. For nothing has, and nothing shall hereafter illuminate the atmosphere and warm the cold and vast universe as your smile. What better sound is there than the laughter of someone who shares the space where your thoughts linger? That I could write sonnets describing the objects of my admiration is what keeps me lonely, for words alone cannot comfort the soul. If I was a stronger man, I would risk getting burned to embrace the stars. Though my skin is golden, my heart is pale, and things that lack melanin do not fare well in the sun, never mind near the divine feminine. I've been waiting all night for this moment. I've been waiting all year for this moment. I've been picturing you taking off your clothes for me. I've been literally covering all these hoes for you. Daddy told you better bring your ass home. It's not a, well, I don't know what to say, Tony. I am wearing my red lipstick. I'm gonna turn off the Discord noise because it's making beeping noises. I'm gonna remove that. What's up? I sang that song because it's from the album The Divine Feminine by Mac Miller. Who goes there? Okay, this is another poem with fornication, so I guess I won't read this one. With sparks and knocks and threads. Although it has a really good line that people liked. Yeah? I see myself as an intelligent poet plagued with being dumb. Yeah, some people like that line. I will read it if people want me to. I think I read those two. Oh yeah, here's the old plans. I should have read this one. Sudden powerful insight, but will it work as a neon soundbite? If not, dismiss it outright and mark it some beautiful blight. Very cool. And then I wrote this, which is just very casually in response to Nugget. I said a lot of fornication, a lot of days, cigarettes and silence, and it all goes away. I can't say what's best after our youth is meant to suffer. Eventually, some way can be made, won't you say? Oh, golden follicles, temper me gently. My mouth whispers, what my body already gave away. We're gonna read Etronomy, then Shared a Bunch, which I will read now. Yee, oof, eef, ee, oof. They just make me feel things. These just make me feel things. Etronomy. Oh, my poor heart. This is kind of like your old other poem. Oh, poor turkey, man. I want to give you a big hug. Okay. Good night, Tony. Good night. My bear will virtually give you a big hug. I want to give you a big hug. Oh man, are you trying to make me cry again? Oh fuck. I'll read this one. I like just glance at it, but I already feel like I like it. Space. I have loved a few times. Each time I carved her name into my heart. Each time I hurt and bled for them. I fear there is too little space left on my heart. I fear I don't have enough blood left to love anyone else. But when I saw you, I grabbed a knife to carve your name not into my heart, but into my words and actions, into my tongue and hands, my soul and spirit. I carved your name into mine, so if someone else were to cross, they'll have to trace the best thing to ever happen to me. If I can't carve you into my heart, I'll carve you into my existence. I'll carve you into my family. I'll wear your name like the most expensive jewelry. In case one day you see me, in case you don't know how I feel about you, I wear your name carved into my being, so you will know I will always make space for you. Bravo say, oh my god, what a beautiful thing. So beautiful and so damn painful. A name drawn with blood. Por sangre, eh? Nombre ilustrado por sangre. É demasiado. Very sad. What are they trying to do to me? Is there one that you want me to read? I like this one too. Yes, there's drunk. I relate to this one. I relate to this one. I don't know if I'm gonna read this one. I relate to time. This one's kind of funny. You brought peanut butter chocolate cookies, even though I am allergic. Sorry, that's funny in kind of like a dark way. Thank you for the cookies. I'm allergic. That's kind of funny. That's really cute. That's cute in a very dark way. I think I know. I think I get what you're trying to say. I think you're too down on yourself, you try to me. Maybe that's just your poet, um, how do I say it? What's that name called when your poet persona is like a little self-hating and, angsty. But I also want to give you a big hug and tell you that you are picture perfect. The moon looks perfect from a distance, but up close, it's full of craters and cliffs. The sun looks so nice from the ground, but it is covered in red spots and emits harmful rays. The ocean looks so perfect from the shore, but there are animal feces in its water and trenches on its floor. The sky looks so perfect at sunset and dawn, but there will always be cloudy and rainy days. Even though they aren't perfect, they are still so beautiful. You may not be perfect, but you are so beautiful. Your eyes are like moon, your mind as bright as the sun, your hair is as pretty and wavy as the ocean, your love is as vast the sky. You may not be perfect, but the world definitely isn't perfect. And you are as beautiful as the best parts of it. If I could take a picture of anything to ever exist from the billions of people, of all the animals and plants, all of the sights and landscapes, places and foods, I would choose you. Even if you aren't picture perfect, you are worth my picture still. I read part of that wrong. It's all the animals and plants, all the sights and landscapes. I like the turkey one too, but it's so self-hating. I like lemonade a lot too, but it's very dark. Maybe I'll read lemonade later. I'll continue. Well, look at Nugget giving feedback. I love this community. It goes beyond self-deprecating. It's kind of like a little hatred. Really, Planet? You just gotta speak it. You gotta go fly to Mexico or something, and you can't help but speak it. You know why you don't speak it? Because you haven't been speaking. Gotta put yourself in the environment. I liked lemonade, you know? I liked lemonade. I liked the turkey. But is it a gutfish or a jellyfish? You said you got me a gutfish. Is it jellyfish? Wrench turns that each poem is really strong. Each conveys a different experience of suffering. It doesn't have to be all suffering. It could be beauty. I mean, I kind of see what Wrench is saying about structures, but if that's the one that instinctively like you like, there's nothing wrong with keeping with the same structure. In fact, that's like the one defining quality of a poem as opposed to prose. Like what makes poetry is even if it's like so now there's free form or like, you know, you can do without you can structure however you want. But traditionally like poetry is very, very structured. There's measures, there's like you know, in Chinese there's like either tibu, like there's 7 characters or 5. I mean, I'm sure you guys all have heard of haikus. Same concept in Chinese. It's very structured. Um, the same like cultural, you know, lineage of that art form. Also in the English tradition, the sonnets, etc., etc. So like, there's nothing wrong with sticking to a structure and creating poems that fit whatever structure you feel best with. So it is. Do I like student? That's my opinion. Student, I thought student was the one that I wanted to give you a hug on. Because I was like, wait, hold on, where is student? Because I wanted to, yeah, I wanted to give you a hug on. I will go back to it. Which one is that? Which one? Yeah, that one was a little dark for me. And made me feel like I wanted to give you a hug. Immersively disturbing slash his Twitch name is what was his Twitch name? cerebrally underdeveloped shared a painting of a blob. And the Starman says that's King Charles. I mean, no, not to make like fun of him, but because there was a portrait made of the king that looks not similar, but kind of, and it was kind of funny to me. That's funny. Okay, now we got something else by Nugget, which I will read. You want me to read this one, Nugget? I'm like sweating. Is it because I have so many lights on? We're about to enter the seasons where I'm gonna start to sweat when I stream. Okay, today I already got bit by a mosquito in 3 places. Kind of went down. So she broke your heart 7 times today. Once when you woke up. This poem is called Concave. Once when you woke up, thankful for the songs that the early birds sang, and saw her across the room. Once when you washed the sleep out of your eyes and winked at her delightfully, but the track marks of rouged nightmares were still apparent. So she broke your heart 5 more times today. Once when you bathed and removed last night's sins, but the sunlight creeping in from your bathroom window revealed a distorted image on the surface of expired water. Once when you brightened your smile and saw that it was crooked still. So she broke your heart 3 more times today. Once when you cloaked your shame in trendy designs, but could do nothing about the way that your costume hugged your curves. Once when you painted a blush over your frown, but became unrecognizable, a fraud. So she broke your heart once more, when you took notice of yourself and felt incomplete. Before you left your sanctuary, your capacity for joy was severely diminished, and a genuine smile continued to elude you. So I, admiring you from afar, not the phantom that I saw, but the aura that I felt, took to your home while you were away and stole the light from every extra eye that I saw. A note was placed at every crime scene reading, "You are more beautiful than mirrors are made to see." Very cute, very imaginative and delightful. I think it's quite delightful. I really like this one. Yeah. Although I like it even more without knowing that it's mirrors. But I like it in general, but yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Wow, my very talented people. Now we have a piece by Grilled Habanero, which I've been wanting to read. Adrift. The siren of the night cries out to me. Hopelessly. Ugh. I gotta restart that. I gotta restart it. The siren of the night cries out to me. Hopelessly, I drift into the darkness on a pitiful raft of insomnia, away from the shores of normalcy and comfort. There's no way back, no return, no resurrection, as the current of time flows but one way. My senses are numb, my soul tired and soaked. I can only, must only, shall only float forward into an abyss of complexity and intrigue. The hope for a connection keeps me conscious. But somewhere in my heart, I know that the ship passed me long ago. I manifested as nothing but a distant shadow disguised by the cruel cold and relentless waves of reality. Her sails flashed briefly in the fleeting moonlight, and then were gone. With rain in my eyes, I even questioned my own perception in despair. Was it merely the white caps of a cresting torrent? My evanescent optimism disperses with the sea foam. Reluctantly, I accept. I accept I will meet with only one familiar face. I accept that I will convene with one dark, crashing fate in this vast emptiness. As the gales of silence tear at me, I await the final wave of loneliness that will drive me under. No, Habanero! No, no, habanero. Okay, he clarifies it's partially inspired by Homer's The Gulf Stream, which is a work of art. What's up, Elemental? Yeah, it does seem like it almost seems like a epic, like one of those like Homer's epics, which is yeah, Homer's the gosh, the different Homer though. Okay, yeah, he actually has another one. He has another one, so I'll read that too. Only in violence. Only in neglect of your fears and insecurities, will you achieve uncontained success, loose from the curbs of your mind. Only in contempt for the proven wisdom of your peers, will you extend the knowledge of mankind and transcend their station. Only in disrespect for the failing institution, will you circumvent its oppression, overcome its endless tethers. Only as disdain for the beaten path, will you forge your own way to the greatest height and attain the perspective no other soul has yet glimpsed. Only in violence against the immoral, will you bend our course towards justice and righteousness. Only in destruction of your slothful habits, will you break free from their bonds and become the master. Only in hatred for the status quo, will you make the most consequential disruption and carry into existence an unforgettable impact on the world. Dun 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 dun. Cue some epic anime music. Dun dun dun. I'm thinking like the opening to like Death Note. That last part made me think of like that opening sequence to Death Note where he's like, I will create a new world. I will be the god of a new world. Okay. That's funny. That's funny. Cool. That's pretty much it. There's still a lot more. I could read the other ones too. I will read one. Will I read one of mine? Should I read one of mine? Ah, there it is. There's my phone. I don't know how much of this I will share. Well, I'll probably, because part of it, the second half is in Chinese. And, well, oh God, am I really gonna read this? Oh, Jesus, spare me. Gross. Ew. Ew. Ugh. 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 Let me just shake the cringe out. Let's just experience the cringe and shake it out. Whatever. I wrote it, but it could all be fictional. The difference between FI and FE love. My feelings are him. 沉重, heavy, obsessive, deep, painful. My feeling with the other boy is completely different. Affectionate, playful, sweet, caring. Light, but not serious. Light, not serious. It almost feels like a joke. Except in the warmth of our touch, it is real enough. There is real affection there. With the other one, it is real. It is too real. Too real that it hurts and I have to look away and pretend it doesn't exist. In the brief moment of contact, it is enough to forget everything else. But it doesn't last. There's nothing to make it spread and continue and expand like air. It just sinks like a rock. Deep in the well of my emotion, in the abscess of fear, where dreams intersect with light. How much I liked him, he'll never know. That I wanted to marry him, he'll never know. It'll sink with me, like my feelings that will shy from the light of day, too proud to surface, too strong to conceal. It's over now. The fluffy cloud of mango spread is too easy to indulge. Pink strawberries, cotton candy, vanilla yogurt, blanket cheese, warm, gooey, yummy. It trickles to my stomach, makes me moan and yawn in pleasure, sprawl like a cat? Sprawl like a cat in a lap of ecstasy. That will be my fate. Real feelings are too painful to persevere. They cut like a double-sided knife, one into my heart and the other into yours. I know you feel it too, though others might disagree. Too bad, X. I liked you, you know? Too bad. I'm in his arms now, you know? Why? That was actually pretty damn good. Hi, Tailscrim. I'll read the next part, even though it's in Chinese. Maybe only 2 people here might understand. 他既然喜欢，他这种喜欢和我认识的太不一样了，我无法理解。好像彼此喜欢玩耍，却从未入心。就像我和假扮夫妻假戏真做一样，说了一大堆浪漫话，我却没走心。就像他可以轻易的走，连头都不回一下，我也从未真正在心里为他生根发芽，只是在庭院上走走逛逛罢了，看看云彩，看看花朵。我太草率，太轻易，而深刻沉重的那个却是走的那个，撤出的那个，只敢在远方观望的那个，不敢靠近的那个。我们之间无法跨越，但那情是真的，真也真个屁。晋级人士他也从未关心，输了比赛他依旧冷漠，他顾忌的守卫是他自己，他把我的感受耍在一边，甚至凌虐着他，我却为他守候着，停留着，在乎着。他再喜欢我，这种喜欢也是扭曲的、变态的、虐人的。我为何要这种爱？那另一种爱是不认真的、浮华的、不实的，我又为何在配合着说谎言呢？这些都太不真实了。我想撇清了，我不想这样了，太累人了，太累心了，太伤害我了。我求一片净土，在我心中埋下种子，像一片明镜，自清而光明。我求的世界是纯净的、真实的、发自内心的、说而兑现的，比其他人更认真的，我能做得到吗？I hope no one understood that ever. I hope no one will ever translate that ever. it's all you know, no one no, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to me. I'm not gonna answer that either. I'm not gonna answer that either. But I quite liked that. The whole thing. Yeah, I quite liked the whole thing. And there's more dark stuff that I could share. Not dark, but just like more like twisted stuff. But I would have to find it. It's like on my it was like on my old accounts and stuff, and I have some dark paintings I could share, but maybe it's enough for today. I'm gonna upload this on YouTube, Tailsgrim, and then you can listen at your leisure. Okay? Whatever, I already put it out there. And it's all art. So, is there anything else you guys would like to share or have me read? But other than that, that was very, very. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Wow. I was very, very impressed first. I was very impressed. And I think a lot of people, when sharing and recognizing each other's souls, we're all sharing parts of our souls. And we see reflections in each other. And that was very beautiful. Because amidst all the loneliness, darkness, pain, and suffering, you're actually not that alone. You're not that dark. And no offense, but you're not that special either. It's like we're all so special snowflakes, aren't we? We're all so special, aren't we? We're all so unique. No, we're all unique and splendid, but our suffering is universal. And yeah, art is one of the most amazing ways to to transmute suffering into happiness and beauty and joy. And that's what I wish to create. And thank you so much. Thank you, Tails. All I did was put on red lipstick. I if I wanted to complete this look, I could do more, but I didn't. I just wanted to kind of make it a little more special. So I'll end this here, and I wish everybody peace and the knowledge that we are all okay. Okay? Peace. As Old Pond says, peace, positivity, peace and positivity. I'm gonna end this stream or end this recording, and maybe we can talk more. There's actually another poem that I have, but I don't think I can read that. I think that one's too it's too specific. It's if I read that one, there may be consequences. Oh man, if I read this one, I might as well be going to jail. I might as well be turning myself in for murder. And someone will have to handcuff me and lead me to the warden. Because I left my fingerprints on the crime. Yeah, this will have consequences, so I don't think I'm ready for that. We'll have to wait and see. Eventually. Well, even the last poem I shared, like on the first stream, I already cut out some parts that were like personal, but I cut out like specific detail. But no, this one is too incriminating.